Hello and welcome. So I just got back from New York City and I absolutely loved it. It was not what I was expecting. Everybody was so kind, so beautiful, so creative. Every person I met, even though we came from completely different walks of life, they were so compassionate and so welcoming. So on April 12th, I'll be doing a show up there and I will be sharing my story, my testimony, and how that really impacted my creative journey. And then during the middle of my storytelling, I will be reciting spoken word poetry. Today, I actually had the honor of performing or rehearsing the spoken word poetry in a Moravian church down in Brooklyn. I was invited by the drummer. The person who invited me to perform in New York, it's her church. And yeah, so I performed with them and it was beautiful, like harmony and stuff. Like they were giving me tips and stuff, helping me to um sharpen my technique so that I could be more impactful. Like it's one thing to have all the words and stuff, like because I'm not short with lyrics. Like my lyrics hit hard, but not knowing how to really verbalize it, you know, it loses the yield it deserves. So yeah, they helped me like really helped sharpen that. So yeah, while I'll be performing the poetry and sharing my story, I'll have a table set up and my art will be displayed on the walls, and that is at 114 West 71st Street, New York, New York. It's in Manhattan. It's actually just found out this weekend that it's actually right around the corner from where John Lennon was shot. Yeah, very wild. I was surprised to hear that. But yeah, it was like right around the corner. So but yeah, so I want to show you guys the canvas that I got today or got a couple days ago, but I was in New York, so it's my first time seeing it. So I'm really excited about what I did to this canvas. And I really hope that it meets the qualifications that I set for my business because I don't want to just have incredible designs. I don't want to just like have things that catch people's attention. What I'm going for is quality. If the quality is not perfect, then I don't want to sell it. Simple as that. If I do not want to put it on my wall, then I don't want to sell it to somebody else. I don't feel like that's fair. There's actually my vendor, actually all of my vendors, they have a 100% money back guarantee. So if you buy one of my canvases, you don't like it, let me know. I will put in a formal complaint and they will refund you your money. All right. So before I open it up, this is what it came in, a regular cardboard box that fits the canvas. And it actually came with these fans around it. Okay. So it came with two long wise and one across the middle. And that helps keep it in place so that while it's shipping, it doesn't fly out and get damaged. This actually is more of like a cardboard just wrapped around it. It's not even a box. It's just once you take the straps off, it it unfolds like a book. So um, so be careful when you're opening it. So one thing I did is so I found out after I ordered the last batch of canvases, I found out that the vendor I was using stopped like they were starting to cycle out that type of canvas. They I guess weren't satisfied. I don't know, but the canvas I was using was not available anymore. So I had to switch vendors. And so the backing, the plastic that was on the back of the canvas is no longer available. Outside of my control. It's all right. Well, yeah. Well, adjust, you know. So I used that as an opportunity to really redesign the canvas so that my signature is no longer on the sides. I did not like that at all. And the longer I looked at it, the more it hurt my eyes. And I don't want to tell that to other people, you know. So I took those ones and I redid it. I discovered a way where I could still have the mirror effect on some of the canvases without um, tempering with the quality and actually enhance the quality if it comes the way I'm expecting it to. So for the in the belly of the beast, I really did something special for this one. So let's see how it turned out. So, the plastic is still on. So I ordered the bigger one for this because of the show coming up. So this will be my signature design at the art show. I don't know what to call it. Art show, poetry show. I don't know. I called it a poetic journey. That's the name of the show. It is what it is. It's me, you know. And why I can't believe I forgot to tell you guys that. While I was in New York City, doors didn't just open for me. They broke all the hinges. I don't have to wait to be invited. I can go and basically set up wherever I want. I just have to call whatever venue I want to perform at and make it and schedule myself pretty much. I'm not saying inside of like businesses or nothing like that. This is more so like so New York is starting to do this thing where to they want to bring a structure to New York City performances where instead of just having people randomly perform on every street corner, they are going to set up stages so that the artist can get a ticket and yeah, request time on a stage. So basically, I can take the model that of the show and duplicate it. And the first one, well, the next one in New York is probably going to be at Port Authority, which is the train station or the bus station. That might be both. I don't know. I get those two. I get that mixed up with Penn Station. I think Penn Station is the train, and the Port Authority is the buses. Yeah. Anyway, um, so yeah, I can. Uh, yeah, it's they really taped the plastic on this one. I guess they don't want to damage in during the transport, but it's very hard to open. I do have a canvas bag coming so that I don't have actually that means I can probably rip it. It won't matter like during transport to New York because I'll have a case for this piece. There we go. Don't really need that. All right. So yeah, this is the new vendor. Mm, still looks vibrant. I like it. Mm. I feel like this is skinnier though. No, a little shinier. Yeah. um, Interesting. Okay, so I see one error. Okay, so one thing I did is I'll show you the good side first. Okay, so I t- I redesigned the sides to complement the colors of the canvas so that I don't have to mirror the sides because I'm trying to stay away from the white mott around it. Um, I don't like that for certain pieces that have a dark, kind of like gothic type feel. Mm. So I also don't like that the sides aren't really rastered correctly. So I feel like the DPI, which is the dots per inch, is a little too strong. I have the 400 DPI. If you know digital design, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's kind of blurry a little bit, which that's all right for the show. It's like that's not as important because it's the sides. Really, I was going for the color. I want the so these right here, these like pillars, that's supposed to be like a beam of fire. It's supposed to be like um it's supposed to look like it's shooting fire to to between like these red things. It doesn't look like what yeah, I thought it would, but and that's not something that's a make or break type deal. So the top is what I was really excited about. So this something supernatural happened while I was designing this. So this part right there, like the whole color scheme of the top, and it's the same as the bottom. They're mirrored images. They're the exact same image, and they actually complement every spot like that of the canvas, like in that location. Like this corner, like right there, complements that, and the fire complements the fire, you know. That happened by mistake. I was actually turning this, I was going to originally do this design all the way around the canvas. So while I was tempering with this design and duplicating it to like, uh, and trying to make it all look steady and the same and making sure all the dimensions were correct, it froze while I was flipping it to its side for because instead of going horizontal, I had to go or vertical, I had to go horizontal because it was a different side of the rectangle. So it actually froze in the middle. And so it took all of the colors and it was like the POW symbol in Mario where he where in the Atari version of Mario and versus like Donkey Kong, where you hit the POW and the block like squishes. That's kind of what happened to this design. So when it froze, it kind of like took the whole design and smushed it and stretched it, and it froze like that. So I was like, wow, this looks really cool. So I copied that image, and that's where this design came from. I really like it. I think it complements the piece. It's not too strong, not too light. It's like right where it needs to be. So one thing I noticed is that they did not put this design on 100% where it needs to be. It's a little lopsided, but their site did say that there's a 16th of an inch error margin because the difference is yeah. Because it's the problem is it's too exact. I have everything down to an exact science, and it's an exact like I magnify the image by 1,000 to be able to make sure the measurements are correct. So their system, since it's so accurate, it doesn't really it's it's more noticeable because it's straight. when they don't put it on right. That's not something right now that I'm able to control. But all in all, what you'll really be looking at is the front of the canvas. So your guests, when they see this hanging on the wall, they're not going to be worried about the sides. Look at the vibrancy of the colors. This canvas is this vibrant in person as well. I promise you. The first time I saw this hanging on my wall, like I forgot I hung it up the night before going to bed, right? And I woke up and I thought my wall was on fire because the color was so strong that like it looked like my wall was on fire. And I was like jumped out of the bed real quick and then like my eyes focused and I realized I was looking at the fire in the middle of the art piece and I'm like, "Oh, okay." But basically, I wouldn't say it glows in the dark, but if you have a lightly lit room, this the vibrancy of the color stands out in the room. So it's really something to behold. I'm gonna see how uneven this is. I have a tape measure or a ruler somewhere should be on my desk. But my cat knocked it off. Oh, why? Oh, there it is. Okay. Hmm. 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 Trying to figure out how I can fix that. So yeah, it's not perfect, but it's a start, you know? Hmm. I do feel like the other vendor was more accurate. Yeah, I'm gonna talk to you. Yeah, I'm gonna talk to them. All right. But yeah, so this is why we get samples as business people. We don't want to sell bad products that people will not be happy with. So we try to continue to perfect our craft until it meets my our standards and theirs. So I will continue to perfect my craft. Things might not be perfect where I'm at, but that's okay. You know, it's never you're never where you want to be when you first start out in anything. It's the grind that really turns you into what you're supposed to become. And I'll keep grinding. What else can you do, right? But yeah, so stay tuned to my show coming up. There will be a lot more shows coming up. This is the start of something incredible, where it's where Christ is glorified and my brand really takes off. So yeah, until then, God bless, be blessed, stay blessed in Jesus' name.